Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is a game war in the Pacific Admiral Edition. This is my play by email match against KilRoy and he's the commander of the Allied forces for me. It is the Empire of Japan. Now we will check the 21st January 1942 turn. This is scenario 1 and no modifications. Still many Allied submarines blockading the shipping between Singapore, Batavia, Java. But luckily, so far, with really not much impact. And nothing really else happened what was so important. I was successful in my landing in Java. Also, my Air Force can control now the landing zone, so there's normally no threat more for any Allied bombardment of my amphibious assault ships. Also, the landing in Tarakan was normally soft. Only one shell hit on one of my AKLs. So, totally acceptable. This is maybe the one AKL, I'm not more sure, gets hit again 3 times. Again, if I lose here 1 or 2 small cargo ships for a successful landing on Tarakan, that is always a good trade. And this also is the point of heavy units, heavy cruisers or battleships in a amphibious assault. If there is enemy coastal battery, you need this or your cargo ships will get destroyed. Yeah, at least the potential is much higher that there's something like this happened. Good. Sub-chasers against submarine. Again, this is all this shitty equipment. All this damage is very light. A dozen of hits is enough, maybe, to cripple a submarine. Everything less is, only surface damage. One of my subs was still able to penetrate this many sub-hunters in Palmyra. Normally they're everywhere already destroyers. But okay, so I take a cargo ship with me. This tanker is still in Balikpapan and if my Air Force don't want to attack, then I cannot really do anything. At least my scouts reporting me every turn. There's a tanker, there's a tanker, there's a tanker. Here was just a dive bomber attacking my patrol ship. So maybe the dive bomber is out of wake, or it is a carrier force coming close to the Marshall Islands. Soon we will know. Bad weather is grounding my Air Force. So, little bombardment in China. Usually stuff. And more British. But now I have some long-range cap fighters. Again, long-range cap is so... the efficiency is very low. You have only a third of your fighters active And you can normally also only use half of your air wing to make long range cap, or they getting tired very quickly. So even if I have here, I think 40 or more fighters on long range cap, only 6 really engage this battle. Let's see if I can get rid of this English buffaloes. And it looks like, so I was not able to really attack the bomber formation, but the buffaloes are also a good target. Destroy them here now will simply make it later more easy to have a strike on Burma. So let's see. Of course, some of my Thai forces are getting damaged, but Thai units have a low priority for me. Less and less American fighters trying to penetrate this my airspace, and I trade here maybe 1-to-1. It's okay. My base, so maybe my pilot will survive. Now KilRoy choose to attack me with my Blenheim bomber killer fighters, whatever you want to call them, fighter bombers. I think want to for a dogfight they're really not the best. It's like a BF 110. It is a normally a destroyer airplane. Main purpose is really kill enemy bomber formations without escorts, and maybe ground attack or low level attack for navy bombardment, something like this. But the dogfighter, no, that's for sure not. So again, this is I think bomb hit number 3 on this tanker, or number 4. Sooner or later, KilRoy get his navy surge in place, so it will be more and more hard to surprise the allies. This time my carriers start. They're making a port strike, something mix, port strike, navy strike against Balikpapan. And I hit the tanker now finally, really heavy fires, heavy damage, and also AD, so assistance destroyer. Both are on fire, both are damaged and out of action. And there's still some enemy, let us say, low quality fighters over Surabaya. Or this second class and third class outdated airframes. So now a port strike against the ships here in Surabaya. So a bomb hit on a submarine is always nice, and this AVP Yeah, it's the only support ship. Not anything what is really important, but less ships left for KilRoy to use them against me. So Wake Island, enemy mine layers. Oh, mine sweepers normally. Good. Second landing on Horn Island. Now I come back with a little more firepower. Heavy cruisers support me and disable half of the allied forces immediately. And this time I think I bring 2 full Navy Guard units to wipe out the enemy. And also slowly picking up here the center of Sumatra. Yeah, my tank's struggling here in heavy terrain, but still can inflict some damage. Now attack without enemy defense fort level more, and it's getting better, but still slowly. Wind show, I bring in a little more firepower, and I can storm. I mean, my engineers can destroy the enemy fort level, but I have still issues to overcome the defense. This is, I think, also 3 times terrain, so with fort level, it needs some time to get rid of them. So long I have only disabled unit, it is still fine. It's cost me supplies, but not so many. Good. And these Chinese forces, yeah, cannot hold. This is, I think, clear terrain, so easy going. This is as Dutch forces regiment try to come in. Maybe KilRoy was hoping that he can surprise me and send me back to the ocean, but I had here already too much firepower in too short time. And I make immediately a pursuit. So that I can maybe avoid this, that one unit after the next is coming into my hexes and block me or without them to move out. Yeah, this Dutch regiment is nearly destroyed. And now immediately attack on Tarakan. 1-1, so I can take the first fort level down. But we have both nearly no losses. But most important is the fort level is less now. And this is a shock attack. So all of these Australian forces are surrendering. My Navy bombardment simply takes them out. And then there was nothing left really to fight. Successful. Horn Island is normally a good submarine base or a scouting base, so even if I don't use Horn Island, if allies cannot use it, it is in combination with Port Moresby a really a good defense position, and it helps, of course, to defend Rabaul in the long run. Bombardment here, still no impact. Now the allies Tarakan bombardment, nothing happens. Good. So at the end, not a really great day, but everywhere small success. Submarines can do something. My navy strikes are finding some ships. And the air, no, the land war was successful, I would say. So this is maybe the most important. Air losses at the end 12-9, so nothing really great. I kill these heavy fighters, but I'm losing a lot of navy bombers here. 4 of my dive bombers get intercepted or have damage. And I lost also, these are my Oscars fighting over Burma, so Oh, this is why I really don't like this long range cap too much. At least not with this lightly built airframes. Maybe with more steady, heavy hit points airframes it's better, but maybe not with the Oscar. So at the end, still okay, but no total victory for me. Out of these 9 airframes, I lost 1 killed, 1 missing, and 2 wounded. So, and this is normally, I think, the dive bombers get killed and missing. So my fighter pilot survives this, but the airframe is lost. Ship sunk. Yeah, this small AVP. Nothing really too important. And this is this cargo ship at Palmaria. A small cargo ship, nothing really. I think LS have hundreds of this. Good. Attack in Venture failed, but need more time. Attack here in these mountains with the tanks is also hard. Here we have the same situation. It is getting in the right direction, more or less, but it needs time. And I will now drive here, I think, one task I create, or I take one division to clean up this force. Then I take the main army to clean up all of these forces running here in the east. And then I maybe come back to Xi'an. Then I must get more supplies to China, build up Xi'an, and I wait, I think, to mid of February at least before I strike again. So I have 2 weeks to normally clean up all these forces here in this center and in this source area. So this intercepting mission of, yeah, I try to help my Thai forces. But I don't know if I really win anything with this. So I don't know if I will try this so often again. Finding here the last Dutch forces west of Palmbang, and yeah, also landing in this force. Looks like that KilRoy tried to move out of this marshlands, but it's very slow. So I try to catch him before. I kick out this Dutch regiment, destroyed more or less in my own hex, so it's more easy for me to now take the mountain and then cut Java in 2 pieces, Batavia and the rest. Tarakan maybe can fall already next turn, depending, yeah, but I think it looks good. Most important is all my land forces is already here. I have 135. Fatigue is low, this or at least this disruption is very low. Fatigue is with 20 is okay. Yeah. And maybe the Philippines will also soon be the next base. I land here with my forces already. So 2 Navy Guard units arrived here. They can now walk down and take care of this American base force. My carriers was exactly between Surabaya and Balikpapan and this time I was able to strike a little. Still here many ships or task forces, so KilRoy always splits them up, and I think this is a mechanic that if these ships are maybe too small, then there's no airstrike because the commander thinks it's no value, and attacking PT boats is also not so nice. Well, maybe also, of course, he's also thunderstorm, but still, I would normally expect more activity from my navy bombers. Oh yeah, Horn Island was easy this time with the second attempt and more firepower. Was an easy attempt, successful operation. The base is maybe more or less destroyed, but I not really need this base. If I control more space, it is already enough. But I want only make sure that he has no scouting plane nearby and no submarine base. I will also take this base in the future, so I have here simply nothing nearby what Australian can use. Cooktown and Townsville is simply much more source. Anything else? Nothing really. Fiji, nothing. Yeah, we had this dive bomber attack. I have here spotting coming out of wake, and this is still in range for this dive bomber 6. So I think these are land-based dive bombers trying to sink my uh, patrol boat, but similar to my navy bombers, they're making search strikes, but they don't making really a strike navy bomber strike. So I don't know, there's no combat mission to really attack my patrol boat. It's the same issue. So it is balanced. It's not only for me, it looks like also for the American Air Force, it's a little passive. I don't know if there's some mechanic, how aggressive the Air Force is, if it's changed per month or per week, or this is, I don't know, maybe it's only a feeling. I don't know. Thank you all. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.